Back on the DLR Roadster, added a little bit of graphic on the side. That space was kind of blank back there, so just put a lightning streak on there. Getting the radiator fitted up here. Got an old radiator for the flathead motor. It's mounted on dropped mounts. Still sits a little bit high for the body. We're going to have to work on that. But I ran into a bit of a problem here. Seeing that I mounted my shocks, built a bracket, put the shocks in place before I hooked up all the steering, and now it seems that when the steering makes a left turn, I'll show you what happens here. We're bumping the shock. One other thing we're going to have to work on, well, I'll get back to that in a minute. We're going to try to work around this shock problem. So I turned the shock around, thought maybe it would clear if the main part of the shock was higher up, but it appears it's still coming close, and I'm afraid when we get the motor in here and everything settles down probably another inch, we're going to hit that shock. So the next thing I came up with, I've got a different set of shocks, compliments of Glen Lever. They are just a little bit shorter in the housing, so what we're going to do is try these on there. We're going to put the motor back in, put some weight on this front end, and see if we have clearance. If that doesn't work, I may have to do a little trimming on this bracket here. I don't want to get it too thin and have it break easily. But we're going to try the different shocks in place, put some weight on this front end, and see what happens. Get the engine up on the hoist, ready to lower it down into position. Got to try to line up the clutch spline. That should be fun. Okay, here we go. Let's see how this turns out. I think I better level this engine out a little bit here. Let's try that. And I got to take those bolts out of the block before I go any farther. couple more on the other side. I can see we're still not very level. A little more. Oh, I think I'm putting more of an angle on it there. Let's go the other way. There, that looks better. Take it down a little bit more. Okay, the engine's got to move back a little bit. Getting close. I got to get that spine to go into the flywheel. Oh, that looks good. Almost. I think I'm going to have to crank that motor over just a little bit. Try to line up the spine. Okay, let's shine a light down in there. See what's going on if I can. Can't really tell. Maybe if I pull this inspection plate off, I can see down behind here. That might help. After a whole lot of pushing and rocking and rolling, we finally got it to line up. We just have to get the bolts in place. Set this down on the front motor mounts. And we'll see how low the suspension goes with this weight. There we go. We got the motor all in place. It came down quite a bit, so we're going to check out this steering next and see what we need to do. All right, the engine is all in place, and possibly we have the clearance we need up front when we turn to the left. I'm going to set you up right here in front. Keep an eye on that shock and that steering arm as I make a left turn. Look at that, it's clearing. I think we've got it. Enough clearance there. I'm going to try bouncing the front end up and down a little bit, see how that works. I'm going to come around here and stand on the frame. That doesn't appear to be any problem. I think that takes care of it. How about that? So now we got to put the different shock in place on this side. And we're going to make these shocks look old.